Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lavender Water Podcast. I am your host, Matthew Williams, and this is brought to you in part by United State of the Art and Once New Clothing. Today I have a special guest. We have a multi-talented person with us. She's going to school to be a cinematographer. She's a poet. She's a writer.
Overall, real niggas. I'm actually telling my business.
Give it up for Skyee Butta.
Hello, everybody. All the purple water people. My name is Skyee Butta. Like Max said, I am a multi-talented person. So I overall call myself a visionary. You feel me? Can't you tell them all the moves? What do you say? Real G's moving silence like lasagna? Man, can't do them all. What up, buddy? How you today?
I'm alright. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm just getting weak, but blessed, black, and highly favored. You know, just enjoying life, smiling.
100%. So today we are gathered here to really talk about, like, even what this whole podcast goes into, and that's the importance of therapy and being able to express your emotions, being able to be transparent, being able to feel safe with the people around you. And we're also going to go into grieving.
Yeah. Grieving. Yeah. First, before we go even into grieving, I would like to have a moment of silence from kids that got killed and their parents and all that one stuff for a stupid act of ignorance of a person. It's not the gun control. Well, it kind of is the gun control because he's ignorant. He doesn't know how to control his emotions, so he just did something dumb. So, moment of silence for all them kids and parents. All right.
Back to it. So, usually when I talk to my brother, he tells me things like I'm like one of the only people that he calls for like conversations with substance. And when I was starting this podcast, I have it in the caption, Matthew Williams, the universe's psychiatrist, because throughout my life it feels like I'm the person that people unload to. I'm the person that people express and vent and just feel comfortable with telling me things. And really, for the greatest part of my life, I never knew what to do with the ability to be the person that people come to. And I guess somehow, some way, using this platform of this podcast to allow people to express themselves, represent for other people who are unheard and unseen, and you know, just expand and be beautiful together.
Just be beautiful. Beautiful black people, one love.
Yeah. While talking to my brother, he was talking about maybe I should consider going to therapy. And it's like a recurring theme on this show is that African Americans in this country, we're traumatized. Our upbringing is traumatizing. Our conditions in this country, they're traumatizing. We have passed down generational trauma embedded in the DNA. So, you know, it's important that we be able to express what's inside, because the world doesn't allow a lot of time for that.
Yeah, we should be able to express what's inside, but like you said, passed down generations. We also not only pass down trauma, we also pass down bad habits, and you know that's one of the bad habits where you know, man, what you like, what you crying for, like all that one stuff, you expressing your feelings for, or stop being soft, or other simple stupid stuff that been passed down for generations. How I feel about the whole thing with therapy is a great solution. See the problem. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not no doctor. I'm just a regular human being that went through tough life experiences, and I can tell you from a regular human being's point of view that therapy has saved a lot. Saved me from going to jail and saved a lot of people from getting violently harmed, or just, you feel me, just saved my life overall. Like, depression ain't no joke. It's really not no joke. But when I kind of found out I'm depressed, I'm not gonna tell y'all what the doctor said because y'all look in my business like that. Mm-hmm. But I can tell you, the doctor did say what is common is PTSD. I really believe every black person or every person that has gone through a traumatic experience has PTSD. Like, we are basically in a society where we cannot send our kids to school. We are in a society where we open, like, by the click of our phone, we see so much bullshit and trauma. And yes, we do have that option on our news feed to turn it off, log off, all that one stuff, because that's what I'm learning. I'm learning that through therapy, that it's okay to live off of social media. It is okay to pick up a book and read. It is okay to breathe. It is okay to walk away when somebody is being to you for no apparent reason. It's okay to walk away. Don't let social media or anybody else tell y'all, like, oh, I gotta stand my ground. No, the hell you don't. They ain't going to your property. They ain't going to your house, so walk away. The best piece in the world that I received from everything that I went through is just to walk away what was hurting me.
This is actually something that I arrived at from a psychedelic trip a couple of years ago. I was home alone. I had just got off the phone with this guy that I met during my brief stint in college. This guy, he had Asperger's syndrome. Essentially, for those who don't know what it is, the person does not have good social skills. Just the norms of being social just completely go over their head. For example, like, he'll come around with like a trance look in his face, and he'll sit next to people and ask them, like, so what's your favorite soda? Like, it's a legitimate question. But somehow, some way, you know, I saw the cool in him. But throughout the years, it had been found out that, like, he was, like, racist. So, like, I was talking to him while tripping on LSD one night, and he said something, and he was like, yeah, you know, I don't like black people. And I was like, what?
Whoa!
Like I hung up on him and blocked him and all that. And I just arrived at this message that if you serve it and it doesn't serve you, that's slavery. But if you serve it and it serves you back, that's true love. That's love right there. So it's like, you really got to put it in two different piles. Like, what serves you and what doesn't. What's detrimental. Like, even sometimes it's something, huh?
So I would say, look at people as a liability or asset. Honestly.
I mean, you can, but it's like, in a sense, you don't want to create like these transactional relationships. You don't want to like just know people for the sake of I can get something from them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you don't want to talk with them, fuck them. I mean, forget them. Let me not say that.
It's an explicit content podcast.
To you, forget them. Don't never ever go into an intention. Don't ever want to be friends with somebody for what they got or what they look like. That's corny, okay? That's very, very corny. Because somebody can be a bum today and be a millionaire in the next 5 minutes. Like, you never know. People be lying. So don't ever, like, when I say that, don't do that as that. Like, no. But if you really don't like somebody, just fucking go about your day. Because it's like, no. Life's too short. Your stress, your blood pressure levels, your migraines, all that is too valuable for you to be stressing and raising the roof over No. So yeah, I get what you're saying, sir. Go ahead.
But yeah, so it's like, yeah, when you go into this thing of, like, what do you put into that gives back to you? And is love, is mutual, that's the bond, that's the relationship. And it's like anything, it's like the good that you do by people in the universe, it comes back to you. You know what I'm saying? The charity, the tithes you pay, they come back to you. The goodwill you do, the bad things you do, it comes back to you. So it's like you gotta know what you're planting and expect the fruit of that labor to come to fruition.
Yeah, don't expect to do what you do. People, when planting, what I learned, because that's another thing that therapy helped me to cope with all the madness that's going on, is to be outside and play with nature. Like, when you plant the seed, don't worry about it, okay? Do not worry about it. Don't stress yourself out. Just let it grow. Let it be what it be. So, yeah, I do what you're saying. You get what you put in. But sometimes it also don't work like that. Like, it really don't. Because I've been great for human beings for a long, long period of time. And things didn't always work on my way. Let me say it's like, it's 50% of what you say you get back what you put in, and it's also another 50% of the choices you make. Because I can be the most greatest, positive person in the world, but me giving you all this love, what am I doing when I'm not loving you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what choices am I making? And that's another thing that therapy is helping me, is that I cannot be this big giver or person to all these other people, and I'm little for on the inside, if that makes sense. And sorry, viewers and listeners, I talk in Buttaism, that's what I call them, because I'm always in my own world, and it's a lot of methods to my madness. The people that know me know what's up. But yeah, I talk in code because, like, not everybody needs to be knowing, and it's like I like to let people's brains move a little bit. Like, what did she just say? Oh, that kind of makes sense. So, yeah. So if I'm saying stuff that's out of pocket, I want you to think, because that's all what God wants us to do, is think and create and evolve. That's how I feel God wants us to. Yeah. Yeah. We get, man. So how do you go to therapy? Do you think you should get therapy?
I think I'd be open to trying it, but this is something I was gonna ask, was like, do you think that therapy, in a sense, is kind of like a luxury in this society, especially, inflation and things like that?
No, it's not no damn luxury. It's necessary. It's something that is necessary. Everybody going crazy and stupid stuff. But for real, I ain't even gonna
What I'm saying, though, was that, like, sometimes therapy isn't afforded to people who really need it. It's like, yeah, it's a need, but it's like it's behind a paywall.
It's resources out there. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't no cap. People say it's not affordable, but it's a lot of stuff that we don't know. It's a lot of free resources, a lot of free therapy. I'm gonna send you the link, so whenever you post this, you can put it up. Also put the links up with the podcast so people will know. But it's free research and stuff everywhere.
Shout them out too.
I will not apply. I just can't think of them at the top of my brain right now because I'm doing something with my hands. But yeah, for sure, it's just, they're out there. There's a bunch of research out there. That's one thing I'm kind of upset about with the Black community, is that we're blinded by our own ignorances, and we don't look for things that's not popular, if that makes sense. Like, people, our Black community, we all want to fit in. Like, why can't we fit in and be organized or do some other stuff? Malcolm X said it back in the day. Black people problem is not that we are unorganized, is that we've never been organized. We've never been organized. And it's like, get your resources. It's out there. So, It's all about applying. And I know it's hard to reach out and be vulnerable with a stranger, but nowadays people go above and beyond for their friends, but not their family members. You feel me? So why can't you be open and honest with this stranger that has skills and resources to help you move ahead? You feel me?
Right.
I love my therapist. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, she white and everything, and I drop the N-word from time to time, and I be able to say you white motherfucker. Like, that's what's cool about it. Like, and she don't get offended or anything because it's her job to understand both sides. You feel me? And I do want to talk about that as well. Everybody be like, you should get a black therapist. Ain't no white person gonna understand your problem. What the fuck? Mental health is not a black person or a white person problem. It's a human problem. You feel me? It ain't, mental health don't discriminate when it's coming after people. Like, I had black therapists and they were very, very horrible. Okay? They were very, very horrible. Like, I can name a few therapists on the top that I remember that helped me to become who I am. So shout out to Miss Kim. Shout out to, what's that lady's name? Miss Mary. Miss Mary, she was an African. She's not from the States, so she was 400. Like, she gave me tools and everything. Like, she was the reason why I started to heavily read books more and color and paint more. Like, I may sound like I may be an adult, but hey, y'all, coloring and reading books like save you to frustration. Who else? I said Miss Mary, Miss Kim. Miss Kim taught me the breathing message. Like, when you get mad, like when my PTSD's like kicking in, or I get overwhelmed, she just like, just stop what you're doing. Breathe. You feel me? Breathing helps. And when I say breathing helps a lot. Like, for females out there, okay, also give you another tip when it comes to menstrual cycles. With our cramps, stop eating meat around that time of your period, because I know some of y'all ain't gonna never stop eating meat. But also, when the cramps come, breathe. This past week, I had the worst cramps in my life because I cheated on my diet. That's the only thing I cheat on in life is my diet. I would never cheat on anything else. But I cheated on my diet, had all this meat. These cramps was kicking us. They was beating me, bro. I'm trying to tell you, they was beating me. And all I did was breathe, and it felt better. And then one of my friends that recently had a baby, she was like, yeah, when you giving birth, that's what they tell you to do is breathe. It helps. Duh. It's like, all right, nigga, shut up. But, so yeah, man, therapy is cool. I love my therapist. My therapist, and she seemed like she's around my age more. You know? Like, I really wish our elders were more into it as well, because they have a lot of trauma, my nigga. They have more trauma than us. Like, we think we got trauma. No, they have a lot of trauma. Okay? I wish our elders, for real, so they can last a little bit longer and go get therapy and see the benefits of that as well. So, yeah. I just believe there's resources out there. Our people just we spend hours on social media talking crap, arguing, all this one bullshit stuff, but we ain't either going to pick up a book or take our phones to look up some therapy that's going to help us and help the generations move forward. Like, come on, y'all. Let's stop.
Two things I want to say.
Go ahead.
Number one, I think doing this podcast is my therapy, actually. Like, I think when I talk to y'all and, you know, just like, it's like this conversation is open, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I give you my perspective, y'all give me y'all thing of the world, and it's like, you know, I always leave with something. I feel like, yeah, I've been drinking way more waters. Like, it's ridiculous how many times I'm going to the bathroom doing these conversations. I really like what's going on. My mental is feeling better. It's like even in the middle of chaos, like I can feel optimistic, and I used to not be able to do that before. So the Lavender Water podcast, it personally has saved my life. Two, this is something my friend was saying at a party while I was on like a weekend beer bender. He was basically saying how, like, you know how like you can share a picture of a kitten on Facebook. And it's like, okay, oh, it's cute or whatever. But it's like if you post some beef or some drama or something that can make someone mad or stir up emotion, it's going to get way more shares, likes, and all of that because negativity spreads quicker than positivity.
Yeah, and that's. I read a lot of books, Matthew. Okay, I had a daddy in my life. Let's shout out to my daddy because his birthday is tomorrow. I don't know when it's the air. His birthday is May 27th and 27th. Y'all for sure the same birthday as last time, and I think that's pretty dope because they both are two people who play an international part. But no, that's in books, therapy in books. When I say ever since my mom passed, therapy in books been my best friend. And the books that I've been reading that he passed down from when he was a teenager or from when he was an adolescent, it talks about everything that me and you were just discussing. It talks about how negativity will spread faster than positivity because that is what the one book said. That people just like ignorance. People rather be ignorant than disciplined for some reason, not knowing discipline will create longevity. People like instant gratification. That's what it is. That's what it is. Instant gratification and just instant stuff. Like that's. I really feel bad for the people younger than us because they never. You know, the kids these days, they don't never sing "Rain, Rain, Go Away" no more. They don't care about none of this. Like it's raining in Cincinnati right now for the last couple of days, and it's like let it be right in our era when we was growing up in the 2000s. When it was raining, we used to sing that song faithfully because that's all we used to do was be outside. It's just that's what it is. People are distracted.
You ever seen the movie The Matrix?
No.
Well, okay, this is actually perfect so that I can talk to you like you never seen it. So essentially, the premise of this movie is there is this world that everyone is a part of that they don't know any difference that this is the real world as far as they're concerned. So there's this guy, he's played by Keanu Reeves. His name is, what's his real name? Something, they call him Mr. Anderson. But, like, they end up calling him Neo. That's, like, his coding name. So, like, Neo real slick with the computers. He work at, like, a technology thing. He gets this cell phone in an envelope, and then he gets his call from Lawrence Fishburne, who plays this guy named Morpheus. So Morpheus is like, Neo, you need to get out of there. And he's like, oh, how do I get – so these dudes looking for him. So basically Neo needed to, like, take a leap of faith and, like, escape outside of the building. It was really high. He wasn't willing to do it. He ended up getting confiscated by the FBI-looking dude. They plant, like, this thing inside of him, and then this woman named Trinity ends up meeting with him. She takes this thing out of his stomach and destroys it, lets him know that the world that they're in is not the real world. So they end up, like, quote-unquote, unplugging Neo, and he becomes part of the real world. So what's going on in society is everyone's born into this system. It's like all the babies are kept in these pods, and they're, like, in this coma state plugged into this program that shows them a world that looks like 1999. You know what I'm saying? And no one knows that they're part of this simulation except for, like, a few people who have been unplugged from it who can enter it and go, in and out of it as they want to. Everyone, in a sense, is programmed to a certain agenda, a certain way of thinking. And there's this part in the movie where Lawrence Fishburne is talking about how when people are so attached to the system, when you attack any belief of it, they'll fight to protect it because it's all they know.
That is true. And that's where therapy comes in, so you can reprogram yourself for good habits. Because let's be honest, a lot of us are programmed with some BS habits. Honestly, we all have probably like 20% of BS in us. That's just me being accountable because I still probably have about 15% of BS within me. But I'm trying to tell y'all, get unplugged to therapy and read books. Unplug, put the phones down, and read books. Because at the end of the day, this world is not in our hands. It's really not. But the only way for us to gain control is to tune into ourselves, connect to a spiritual being, use our resources, which includes therapy and reading books, working out, exercising, and just being the best human being and just make better decisions, man. That's all. That's how I feel.
So we I guess somehow, some way, we gotta skate and transition into grieving and accepting departure.
I'm ready to talk about the grieving portion. Because I miss my mama. I ain't like y'all. I miss my mama.
100%. I miss my mama.
Is that our mother both transitioned. My transition in 2020, I don't know when your mom passed.
2021.
2021, yeah. So, dang, yeah. Sorry about that. I didn't even know. What you got questions for me about this grieving, or you just want me to go into what my grieving process been consists of?
I think, just go into it. Because, everyone is different.
Yeah, all right. So, February 13th, 2022, I was minding my business. Well, I just woke up, and my sister called me. But my sister never calls me out. Like, she never calls me out, communicate through text or video chat. But she called me, I'm like, oh, shit, something got to be wrong. So I answered, like, what's wrong? Mama did. I'm like, what? Everything gonna be okay. So, the reason why I ain't like, I'm up and down, and I'm happy when I talk about this story is because my sister's pregnant this whole time. She's pregnant with my nephew. Like, he's not my first nephew, but he's the first person I've seen from a baby to grow into whatever he grows into. Like, my first life of evolution.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's also my mom's first grandchild. So, in my head, baby's kids. So, that's why I am facing the grieving head on. But I say the first year from February 2020 to probably August 2020, I was a shit show. I don't know how I wrote Butter's World, which is out on Amazon. Butter's World is my poetry book out on Amazon. I have physical copies. You just have to hit me up in the DM or email. But, yeah, man, it just took me through a loop because it was just like, I'm lost. Like, this is a person that literally chose me. You have to know my background story to understand why I'm saying that. But this is somebody that literally, you feel me, chose me. Who else go choose me? And that was me being selfish, okay? That was me being selfish as hell. Because what we all have to understand, it's not that we're born to die. We are actually born to live. But being a part of this circle of life, anything living, we gonna die. Anything living is gonna die. That's a part of life. That's a part of your mission.
Yeah.
Me thinking, dang, I just turned 25, I still need my mom. Not understanding that her mission already is complete. She raised her 4 daughters. 21 years, she raised her 4 daughters. You feel me? She got everything she wanted when I really think about it. And so I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy being selfish and hurt that I forgot to look in the beauty of the transitioning process of her being gone. Like, it's just, to me, it felt like Mama took off her crown and passed it to her 4 daughters. Like, it's y'all turn now. Take what I taught you, do what I did. You'll be all right. Y'all still got your daddy. Thank God for my daddy. Like I said, my dad is the best man in the world in my eyes. But, yeah, from February to whatever I said to the end of February, the end of 2020, I was on bullshit. I was doing stupid stuff, overly drinking, just not loving me, not loving myself until my favorite cousin, my baby cousin, who's also a Gemini, so shout out to her. You feel me? She was like, I don't want to fuck with you right now. I love you. I don't. I just don't. This ain't true. Like, I love you so much, but I refuse to see you go downhill and you lash out on me or take what you going on out on me. And that's okay for her to say. I appreciate her for saying that. Okay, and I appreciate, even though it really, really hurt me, to not talk to my favorite cousin or being able to call my favorite cousin when I wanted to. It hurt me so much that I got it together. You know?
Yeah.
She not only was teaching me, her doing that was teaching me that, nigga, this ain't who you is. Like, you better than all this, which is true, because I really was. I was better than all the stupid stuff that I was doing and all the irresponsible choices I was making. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, so we all know me and my cousin cool now. Like, we're the best of friends. And I think we kind of needed that, kind of sort of, so we know us as adults. We only knew each other as teenagers, but us as adult women now, we know our boundaries and we are able to talk about it. Like, that's my real dog. Like, some people I have therapists, and I'm blessed enough to have people as my cousin, dad, sisters, brother, you. I'm fortunate enough to have you guys to also have these adult conversations and accountable conversations with. So thank y'all. Go ahead. Yeah, I know y'all appreciate me. Shit, I appreciate it. Whew. I'm a lot. I wouldn't know what to do without me. If I wasn't in my life, I'm glad that I got me in my life. But and it took a while for me to say that as well. Like, grieving, it comes and goes. Like, it's days where I'm fine, you know. Like, I remember one time I was going to sleep, and I was like, damn, I ain't talked to Mama in like about 2 years. I ain't hear my mama voice in 2 years. Where the fuck my mama at? And then I was like, she dead. And that's when it started. The emotions started coming out of one stuff. I just breathed it out. I let the tears. Luckily, I was, in the bed. I just let the tears flow. You can't fight that feeling. Like, we cannot fight that feeling, y'all. When it comes to this grieving shit, everybody is going to go through it. We cannot fight the emotions with liquor. Like, that liquor, man, no. I think Kendrick said it in one of his new albums, one of his songs, like, hey, fighting what you're going through sober is the best battle. And I'm trying to tell you, it really is, because it means you can overcome anything. Like, the alcohol, nah, bro, don't go into that battle. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, no judgment here, but just don't use it as a crutch. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't just, oh, my mama died, I'm finna get drink. Don't. And I know my mama, she like, don't be using it as no excuse to not prosper. If anything, you better use me an excuse to step on these niggas' necks. Like, what? Like, no. And we also got to remember that, man, that our people on the other side, they're fine. They're with the Lord. Like, if you're not if you're not present in the body with the Lord, point blank, period.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I got to say on that topic. How you be grieving? Like, what you be doing?
So, when I got the news, like, I'm instantly snotting up. I'm, like, at the park with my nieces and nephews. This is, like, February 2021. And, like, I just instantly start crying. And then I drive them home. I spend a lot of time alone. At this time, I'm staying at my dad's house. So it's like, on one hand, when you were talking about how it's like passing the crown down, or you know what I'm saying, that Passover move, it's like when I started staying with my dad, because it's like my dad, I never knew him until he found me on Facebook when I was like 19. You know what I'm saying? So my time in Georgia is about knowing the other side of myself, and it's like, you know, I didn't expect her to pass away, but it was like I knew that, you know, my era with her and, you know, the Cincinnati side, Ohio side of me was over, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, whoa, that was a big nail in the coffin. Like, god dang, like, like,
a big deal.
Yeah, you know, like, take one of my enemies, but like, dang, my mama, like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that first day I was hit real hard. My dad gave me like the $70 bottle of Hennessy. I like drank like 3/4 of it the same night, threw up everywhere. I tried to go back to work the following Monday. I'll never forget it. I tried to play Jay-Z Politics as usual because like I need the money, but like I just broke down trying to do the kitchen thing, and I took like a week off. I like me personally holding myself accountable. Used it as an excuse to like do whatever I wanted to. I like some of it's beneficial. Like I bought these books about like herbal healing and stuff and like natural medicine. But then like I bought a firearm and it was like janky. I tried to take it to the range to learn how to use it and stuff. Then I like took it back. But like I had like 4 or 5 credit cards and I was doing decent at building my credit. And then like I just blew all of the limits, just like doing anything, like driving all over Georgia and just going places, eating all the food, and just trying not to worry about life, numbing myself to life. And like I don't really think I started facing it until just letting time go on. You know what I'm saying? Like in the moment, it hits so hard, and then it's like you gotta keep pushing.
You definitely gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep crying as well. That's an instinct now.
You gotta keep crying.
You gotta keep crying. There's nothing is wrong with crying as a man, woman, you human. Like that's how you know you survive. Not to cut you off.
Yeah. Well,
like that's how I knew. That's how I knew something was. Like that's how I knew I really needed to. Something was wrong because I wasn't crying. Like I was holding back the tears on purpose. Like I was being a dick on purpose to people, and it was like, I don't want to sound petty because I'd be like, around the time Trump was still president, and Corona hit when my mom died. And it was crazy. It was even more crazier. My mama died 5 days before my birthday. Well, she passed 5 days before my birthday. So that's a constant reminder to me to keep on living life to the fullest and keep on doing what I'm doing. You feel me? Like I was waiting for my mama to talk shit because I was gonna be 25, and one thing my mama is good at. Because even when I go to only time I see my mama now is in dreams, y'all. Every time I see her in the dreams, she's talking her normal crap. Like she's still the same. Mama is still mama. It's just mama not here on the physical realm. She's on the spiritual realm right now, doing whatever mama has to do for God. That's how I'm looking at it.
Right.
I was expecting her to talk her normal crap, like you getting old and all that one stuff. But like when I say Matt, that first day, boy, I didn't get a bottle or anything. I mean, everybody pulled up to the house. I just isolated myself. I isolated myself because it's like ow, this hurts. Like I literally went to bed that night just looking at the stars, watching the sun come up. Like it just hurted. Like for that whole week until we had her services, it just hurted. You know, it just hurted the heart. Like I'm overly saying hurted because for the people, you can never be prepared for this. But I'm just for the people that still got their mothers, you need to hug them. For one, or just tell them you love them. But when they go, baby, it hurts. It hurts. It hurted so bad. Like even sometimes to this day, I wouldn't say I honestly, when I would think about it, I haven't heard my heart, felt my heart beat since that day, honestly. It's like my heart is in the ice. It's not in the ice box. For no code, for no being evil to the world. It's just sitting on display right now because I'm just numb. Like even before my mom passed, my uncle passed 2 years beforehand in 2018. Like that ain't nothing new to me. I've been experiencing people dying since I was little, and that's kind of my PTSD. What I told my therapist is I be thinking everything's cool, fine. Everything's fine and dandy, then boom, something happens. And when it happens, it happens. It's not oh, she just dropped something and she can pick it back up. It's, oh no, she fell, broke her spine. She gonna take some time to recover tragedies. It's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like, the universe ain't playing fair on my behalf. They be playing with me. But what I realized is that's just God giving his battle to his toughest soldiers. Honestly. Because when I say I'm one of his toughest soldiers, I'm one of his toughest soldiers. God loved me, but God knew I was mad at him when he took my mama. God knew, even though because I believe your mom passed away as natural causes, right?
She was a smoker, so it was like, I forget the specific medical thing, but it was like basically like a lack of air kind of thing.
I think that was mine's. We said, I don't know for sure. I ain't really want to look really into it because it's like, all right, at the end of the day, no matter if I look into it, whatever, I figure out what's wrong, what happened to my mama, I can't bring her back. That's how I feel about it. So I say she passed from natural causes. And when somebody dies at natural causes, automatically you can't be mad at no human being. You can't take it out on no human being. The only person you can destruct is yourself when they die for natural causes. Because that's what I was mad. I was mad at God for the longest. I was mad at God and myself for the longest. Because it's like, I could have been a better daughter, or God, why you just take my mama? Like, you got Trump, because at the time Trump was still president. Like, you got Trump walking around catching coronavirus, and he's older than my mom, and he's still alive? Like, what? What funny jokes are you playing, sir? Like, this ain't cool. Like, she got a grandson. You feel me? She got a grandson out here, and that's what she wanted. She grew up all girls. She had nephews and brothers, but she wanted, once you have a grandchild, that's your baby too, for real. So it's like, that's the dilemma that me and God have. But I got blessed. I got blessed during the whole transition. I found out who I was. I found out how strong I was. I found out how much God loves me. And I found out that you are stronger with your family, with your immediate family, like your household. So I'm sorry for whoever don't have siblings, but that's what I realized, is that you're stronger. Me and my sisters, we've been bumping heads. I've been giving them hell through this process because me being selfish, like, I lost mama, forgetting that they lost mama too. So it's teaching me what my mom transition, it taught me a lot, is to love on my sisters, become a better daughter to my dad, become a better sister, become a better person, human, and all. Like, and it's also taught me how to take the good with the bad. Every tragedy or obstacle in life, instead of me saying, oh, this is an L, or, oh, this is too much, I stop, breathe, and ask myself, what is this trying to teach me? What can I learn from this problem? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's also how I've arrived at it. Is like, what is it? What's the meaning? What's the moral of the story, so that I can move on from it?
Honestly. And then, honestly, how I really feel between me and you and the podcast listeners, do we really, really die? Do we? Or do we just go into another shell? Because that's how I was talking at a young age when I said my father and my mother, they're very, very spiritual people. I remember, I don't know how old I was, but I know I was still in middle school when my daddy told me, man, when you die, you just going into another shell. This right here, what you touching right now, this your flesh. This is shell. And when you go, you just transfer it to another life, or you go to wherever God wants you to be. You're only here temporarily. So why you gonna be here acting a fool? You really want to leave your legacy as, oh, this person was a killer, or this person was a thief, or this person was this and that. Nah. You gotta take care of your temple, and that also goes with that as well. Like, even with therapy, grieving. I had so much frustration and anger at the world. Like, I can't fight nobody. My mama dead. Ain't nobody's fault when my mama dead but God. I can't fight God. But I'm finna get my body in order. I'm finna go do these 2 miles on this treadmill, or do these 2 miles at the park, or run these stairs 60 plates. from February, not when you say from February 2020, I say from June 2020 is when I started taking my workout journey fine. Overall, I probably lost a good 80 pounds, but I haven't been to the doctor since last year. I need to go get my checkup. It's just a lot, man. The grieving process taught me how to be on defense and find solutions instead of panicking, because that's what everybody do when something happens. They panicking. They forget. And then one thing, to some people it may sound messed up, but the way the world is going right now, I thank God every day that my mama is with him and not walking this earth. Man, my mama ain't got to worry about no bills no more. She got us for that now. She ain't got to worry about this corona stuff because she had asthma. She ain't worried about cutting the grass. I cut the grass now. It's like she ain't got no worries in life, and that's all my mama wanted was to live worry-free. And that's what she's doing. Granted, it's not with me, and that's okay because one day I will go over there, but my mission, I still got to hold it down on this side of the earth and do what I got to do for our family and our legacy until we meet again. So, grieving, it's a joke. I ain't gonna hold you. Man, you got some days. You be getting text messages some days where I'm not feeling the world because I'm really not. It's like my confidence. I say I stopped performing as well in 2020. I don't remember the exact date when I stopped performing, but it's been 2 years since I performed. But I'm getting back active. It's like your knees buckle, y'all. It's like your parents, love on your parents, man. Try to build them relationships. But one thing our parents have to understand, y'all did the best y'all can to raise us, but as adults, you have to respect us as adults. Yes, I'm still your adult child, but I'm grown. You can't be talking to me like that. You cannot be talking about me, treating me like that. It's a mutual respect. You want me to respect you, but no. Mm-hmm. Any tips you got for the people what you did when you was grieving?
Cry. I listened to all the songs. I listened to all the songs that she listened to in the house when I was growing up.
Likewise.
So it was I was crying to grunge rock. It wasn't a lot of R&B or nothing like a lot of people's moms, but grunge rock, heavy metal, alternative. Yeah, I had to go out and get reggae in my life. I didn't grow up on reggae.
I didn't really go. I used to grow up despising reggae because that's all she used to play, man. She used to play, used to dance in my face, but now it's I love it because I get the point. Reggae is not hateful music.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's all about love and positivity.
Oh, my bad, child. I took my medicine. I'm taking my medicine.
Yeah, I just went out and had different experiences. I was at the gun range, and I was going to be a firearm dude until just that first piece. It was, I guess it was because I bought it from a pawn shop. It was dirty, I guess, and it was wasting my ammunition. Ammunition is really expensive. Now I understand why they don't give it out so willy-nilly in some video games. It's ammo is kind of costly. You're not just going to find a pack of bullets in the street, my guy. It doesn't work that way. Finding myself in the fields, it's living in Georgia, there's a lot of green, you know what I'm saying? Meadows and, fields and stuff and farms. So it's just seeing that and being out there clearing my mind. But there was this one night, and it wasn't until a year later of the grieving process. It was before my mom passed away, she gave me this blanket, and it was just always remember who your son is. It's just really encouraging words. And it's a picture of a mom lion and a cub, you know what I'm saying? And it was aw. So it's when I moved into the spot, I was eating Jamaican food, and I got the Escovitch snapper. You know what I'm saying? And I had the vinegar sauce. It leaked onto my sheets immediately. So it smelled like Alabama fish bar in my room. So I had to emergency wash my sheets. And it's man, If they're in the dryer, I'm gonna get them in the morning. So I only had the blanket that she had gave me the year before, or the year and a half before, and it's like I cried in the blanket and had like a baby sleep. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not that I'm like, oh, I'm good, man. I don't have to think about it no more. But it was like, you know, I think that spiritually was like, you know, that was a good blockade out of the healing process.
Yeah, I'd say my mom, the last thing my mom gave me, what was crazy is, all right, my mom died February 13th. My mom loved holidays, and Valentine's Day is the day after February 13th, February 14th.
Mm-hmm.
So she always used to give us gifts. What we all found so adorable and cute is that we still found our Valentine's Day gifts. My sisters got necklaces and bracelets. I got a necklace. My dad, I forget what he got from her. But we still found our gifts. And I believe I still found my birthday gift. I ain't gonna hold you some brand new headphones. It probably was hers, but hey, I took it as mine. Thank you, Mama. But yeah, man. I say that because it was a holiday. But the last conversation wise, my dad, he's big on me watching lectures. But what he didn't know is that my mama got me on the Les Brown. So a lot of people who don't know who Les Brown is, he's a motivational speaker. He's been running stuff since the 90s. He old now, but he's still kicking and moving. I think he said he was 73, 72, but he's still doing his podcast and still motivating people. And that's one thing my mama always taught me. Taught me his story. His story was unique. He was mentally retarded, adopted, blase, and now he's a millionaire. He was married to Gladys Knight. He did all this big stuff, positive, productive, big stuff for the world. So whenever I feel myself need motivation, I either go back to Les Brown or any motivational speakers that have lectures so I can learn. Like my dad, he got me hip to KRS-One's lectures. I been knew who KRS-One was, y'all. I promise y'all. He got me hooked up to his lectures, not his music. And KRS taught me some real stuff. So here we gotta tell people, the listeners, when you experience what we experience, or if you already are in the midst of experience what we experience, look at the good things that your parents or whoever transitioned to the other side, what they left. Look at the good things, even if it was the argument. Look at what was the point of this argument? What solution did we solve? That bad things really don't matter in the eyes of the Creator, because the Creator knows that we are human and we gonna make mistakes. So focus on the good things. I know it's hard. It takes a lot of discipline. And I say, I probably hear me say discipline a lot, because that's what the current season I am. That's what the Creator is telling me, that this is what we're doing right now. This is this season, discipline season. It takes a lot of discipline. It's discipline to get into therapy. It's discipline to eat right. It takes discipline to grow. But no matter what, be proud of every step you take, every pebble that you put to the building. Proud, honestly. Every little step. Go get help. Use your resources. Therapy is very, very helpful, y'all. Therapy is very, very helpful. Talking to people, just spreading love, being happy is very, very helpful. Okay? It's very, very helpful. And if you and somebody ain't cooking, don't be fake and be around them, y'all. Just go. Just go. You will find your people.
Yeah.
Just go do your own thing. Don't waste time.
Speaking of finding your people, for one, I do believe in the Most High. I do believe in the supreme being of the universe. I believe in God. But it's I don't think church is 100% exclusively at a church building. Church can be in the streets. It's wherever two or more are gathered in His name, you have church. So it's in the same way, I don't think exclusively that therapy has to take place, you know, in the office, the long couch, the, you know, person with the glasses, you know what I'm saying, 100%. You can talk to your friends and family. You can talk to people around you that you love about what's going on with you. You don't have to just bottle it up. And it's
or write it down.
Yeah, write it down. You know, there's so many ways that you can help yourself before you get the big boy help, you know, so to speak. And I think it's important to keep in mind that the real stick together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Lavender Water Podcast. I was Matthew Williams, your host, and this is Skyee Butta. We in the building, and we out the building.
All right, bye, y'all. Stay black.
One love. Peace.
One.